Hello and welcome back to Ing-fluencers. Today we're talking about the 8th and 9th of March and what's happening in Mexico. Let's see a view.
They think anger over a rising deadly violence against women in Mexico spilled into the streets of the nation's capital on Sunday, as tens of thousands of female demonstrators marched to demand that the government do more to protect them. Protesters smashed windows, broke statues of revolutionary heroes, and scrawled graffiti on sidewalks, buildings, and public monuments. "You are killing us," the graffiti read, "not one more." Police estimate the crowd at 80,000, making it the largest feminist street demonstration in Mexican history. The march, which was timed to International Women's Day, coincided with female-led protests around the world.
The march in Mexico came the day before a planned strike here, in which large numbers of women across the country are expected to stay home from work and school. Some of the country's largest companies have endorsed the action Monday, giving women the day off. Some feminist associations have called for a day without women on March 98 to denounce feminicide, an action by the authorities and more generally sexism in Mexican society. The initiative was launched in February through social networks by the feminist collectives Brujas del Mar, originally from the state of Veracruz in the east of the country, under the slogan El 9 Ninguna se mueve, or on the 9th Nobody Moves.
Violence against women in Mexico particularly dramatic. According to official figures, Mexico recorded 1,003 feminicides in 2019, a jump of plus 136% since 2015. The actual number is likely much higher. Following the example of Iceland, woman struck in 1975, this event represents a historic moment, according to Mexican journalist Isabela Cota. In the hashtag Un Día Sin Nosotras initiative, women from all over the country stopped working in schools, town halls, public office, shops, and companies. Although there are no data regarding how many women are absent, it is estimated that 300,000 or even more of the 21.6 million that make up the labor market.
That's why, despite the fact that the Metro Collective Transport System (SCT) already has machines to recharge access cards, long lines were reported at different stations. Metro authorities reported that 3,040 women box officers and conductors joined the strike. In addition, in some stations the authorities had to allow the passage of users who did not have tickets to enter due to long lines. The SCT reported that the number of passengers was reduced yesterday by up to 40%. The losses caused by the drop in passengers due to the unemployment of women will be around 8,940,000 pesos.
Some businesses in downtown Mexico City also carved a purple ribbon on their windows. Even the classroom of that country's main university, the National Autonomous University of Mexico (UNAM), remained empty. The strike promoted widespread absenteeism, but in the private and public sectors, to show the scope of women's work and the impact of their eventual disappearance from violence. Data from the National Institute of Statistics and Geography (INEGI) indicate that women in that country represent a little more than half of the Mexican population, about 64 million, out of a total of 125 million inhabitants, and even so, according to data presented by UNA Women Mexico, the salary gap affects women, who receive up to 34% less salary than men. Unemployment promotes widespread absenteeism in both the private and public sectors to show the scope of women's work and the impact of their eventual disappearance from violence. Thanks for watching. Now, let's see an opinion of this from a student of Zacatlán.
I think the actual strike was on the 8th because it was all the manifestation about women. For women or for us to fight for our rights, for justice, for everything we want to fight, because it wasn't just one situation. It wasn't just discrimination or physical violence. It was lots of things, and I think that's what unifies us as women in a march or in a strike. Then on the 9th, Monday, it was Monday, I think, yes, it was a strike, just as literal strike, but I think it was more a performance than, well, it was a manifestation, but I think it was a performance because you can stop a nation just because you want. I mean, okay, you can because it happened, but it is not it's not a part of a cultural event or about your identity. So it was all a show. I mean, with all the respect it takes, because I was part of it, but I think it was all a performance. Now, I think it was, well, I can tell if it was good or if it was bad, because you can tell about what is happening. You can tell it, well, you can name it as a good thing or a bad thing. But it was a way to make consciousness, well, I mean, I'm so sorry. It was a way to be conscious about what is happening, like to be aware of your nation, of our nation, of our... it was a way to make awareness about what is happening, about us as women, about us as humans, because I think violence is a thing, like it's really happening, and not everybody is aware or is conscious or is respectful about that. So I think it was a good way to make it evident. So yeah, that's basically what I think. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen next year. It would be interesting to know if it will happen, but I don't know as well, because, for example, if it happens next year or year by year, it would be like just a free day and that's it, and it's not the point. So, well, that's my experience and my opinion.